Thank you for joining us on this edition of the show. One thing the tech industry globally is pushing towards is getting more women into the industry. My guest is a woman using technology to solve problems in the cleaning industry, and she shares her experience. That's on the interview segment. But for now, we'll kick off the show with some interesting news and updates. I am Chukwemeka Agbata. Welcome to Tech Trends.
We know that when it comes to technology and the economy, if you're not constantly moving forward, then without a doubt, you're moving backwards. In 2018, 9-year-old Emanuela Mayaki caught the attention of the public when she built a mobile app and website to teach ICT skills for free. She also built a food website.
I started using computers at the age of 6, and that was when my dad bought me my first laptop. And then we went to a computer school called Micon Institute of Information Technology, and I got my first diploma in basic training. And basic training, I learned how to use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. And then after that, I moved on to the next course called Advanced Desktop Publishing, and then I got my certificate in that. Well, I would say I'm an HTML and CSS type of person, not a JavaScript type of person. So I was really interested in coding, and I was fascinated about the way you could create a lot of things using just minor code and computer language. So that's when I knew that coding was for me. In Lagos in the holidays, I went to a school called Tech24, and then I learned mobile app development, and then that's when I created my apps. I've created 4 apps so far called Real News, Avni, an album for myself, and Movie Mania.
At the age of 10, Emanuela relocated to the UK, where her skills earned her a job at an after-school club. There she taught kids her age how to code.
During the summer holidays in 2019, my dad and I found a place called Funtech, where I could learn Python and Java, and I stayed there for 2 weeks without my mom and dad. And for the first week I learned about Python, and the second week I learned about Java. After the Funtech experience, I went back to school. A teacher found out about my coding skill, and they wanted me to teach a group of 10 of my classmates about coding. So we started the club, and 10 of my classmates joined, and we made fast progress.
Now at 11 years, the ICT prodigy has improved her coding skills, aiming closer to her target, to become a professional web designer and computer programmer. Though Emanuela acquired most of her skills in school, her passion pushed her on a quest to gain more knowledge. Speaking on her next plans, she says she hopes to align her career with machine learning.
What I plan to do next is to learn C++ and C#, and then go into artificial intelligence, robotics, and a lot more. I'm working on building a website using Python. I want to work on using artificial intelligence using Python and Java. And I also want to create another website which is enriching my skills. So I have a YouTube channel called CodeKid where I teach, teach people how to code.
Emanuela considers herself a privileged child, but she hopes the government can do more to enable children without such benefits like hers to learn computer skills.
I want to say that the government should put infrastructures in place so that children and people would be able to improve in technology. And I think that if we're able to do this as a country, and if Africa is able to do this, Africa will be the next biggest tech giant in the whole world, and we would be sure to make a name in the whole world.
Emanuela's journey started in Edo and Lagos states in Nigeria, then to the UK. Now back in Nigeria, she's committing herself to acquiring more tech skills as she hopes to train more young people in future.
Like several other students who have been forced to stay at home due to the coronavirus pandemic, 17-year-old Bridget Onmanta transitions to online learning to prepare for her exams. By turning to Quizzack, an app that uses games to motivate students, Bridget can stay on top of her lessons. Amid the school closures, Quizzack aims to show learning can be fun.
At first, when I tried the app, I did not get anything. So I was the last on the leaderboard. So I felt like for people that are writing the same exams to be at the top, so I need to do something to get to that point. So when I did it the first time, I went back to read. Then I started playing the game consistently. So majorly, the reason why I used to go there was because of the competitiveness and the information it had to offer.
Aimed at secondary school students, the app features quiz tests where users can test their knowledge in the subjects in their school syllabus, and where they can also enter competitions with other students to test their understanding. Launched in March 2019, Quizzack is the brainchild of Tade Samson and 2 other co-founders. Growing up, Tade says he struggled to learn and one day came across a TV program that showcased children studying using gamification methods, which inspired him to replicate it in Nigeria.
Quizzack was created with the goal of actually making learning fun for the students. We want more students to see learning more like learning is not an affliction, and it shouldn't be an affliction. It should be fun. It should be something like my secondary school self. We want to say, I want to learn, I want to learn, I want to learn. My secondary school self should not be saying, oh, give me a book. Remember sometimes when I had to force us that we should read, and we'll be sleeping and we'll carry the book like this, and we're gone.
It wasn't really built for this health time, but we have actually put in a lot of effort. We failed and then we have learned and we've moved on. So a lot has actually gone so for us to get to this stage. But more or less we were prepared when this time actually came, and that's really gave us much more attention.
The app uses digital tickets that can be bought for 1,000 naira to 3,000 naira, and these digital tickets can last for 1 month to a year. With more than 9,000 users, many of whom joined in the last 3 months due to school closures, the team behind Quizzack says an app like this could not have come at a better time. The founders also say they are working to provide more features on the application. At the Dadawan restaurant in the southern Dutch city of Maastricht, an unusual group of new staffers have been brought in to help after the Netherlands eased its coronavirus lockdown. Robots.
Thank you.
A robotic trio of waiters named Amy, Aka and James roll back and forth from the bar at the Asian Fusion restaurant, handing out drinks and lessening the number of trips that human staff need to make through the restaurant. Each robot has a simple humanoid figure, including arms to hold serving trays. Simple displays on their faces show a smile or occasionally a frown. The service can be a bit stiff.
I will go back automatically in 20 seconds.
Amy informs a pair of women seated at a booth after presenting them with 2 glasses of iced tea.
Thank you. Enjoy your meal. I will go back now.
Customers must pick up their own drinks. Though robot servers were introduced in China several years ago and have since become a novelty at restaurants around the world, only a handful of Dutch eateries have so far introduced them. For now, Dadawan's robo service is limited to drink delivery, but the owner hopes to quickly widen their repertoire. The restaurant's representative says waiters' jobs are not threatened by the newcomers.
Our team is very happy with the robots. They actually have their own secretary who helps with the work so that they can also come in more contact with the guests. Walking from the bar to the tables and from the kitchen to the tables is no longer necessary. This offers extra space to give our guests a better experience.
Restaurants in the Netherlands were closed from mid-March to June the 1st for everything but takeout and delivery. Now they have been allowed to receive up to 30 people with a minimum distance of 1.5 meters between tables. Diners must also make an appointment in advance.
A Chinese developer of artificial intelligence and augmented reality technology for manufacturing and gaming applications has found a new focus in the midst of a global pandemic. In response to the COVID-19 outbreak in late 2019, Hangzhou-based startup Rokid Incorporated developed a pair of augmented reality glasses to help screen for symptoms. Rokid Vice President Zhang Wenji says demand has risen for the company's T1 glasses, developed in only 2 weeks, after it sold roughly 1,000 pairs to government, industrial parks, and schools.
Apart from fixed temperature measurements, T1 can provide portable, distant, and prompt temperature checking, which would be of great help.
Equipped with an infrared sensor and a camera, the glasses allow the wearer to see people's temperatures. The company says it's now upgrading the T1 to take multiple temperature readings simultaneously for use in places like malls and airports. One office park in Hangzhou is replacing fixed thermometer stands with glasses after a flood of employees returning to work made temperature checks a headache for property management.
In our temperature measurement work, we have bought thermometers initially, then infrared sensor thermometer later. Basically, we have been depending on these two methods. With new products coming out, especially these glasses, we think we can use them to conduct contactless temperature measurement. They are very efficient when faced with a big crowd of people.
Security guard Chen Guqiang says his job has become much easier now thanks to the glasses he wears when patrolling the office park.
I have been wearing these temperature detection glasses for a week. My job is patrolling the Innovation Park and checking people's temperature. This pair of glasses brings me convenience and it is safer. We can keep a safe distance.
I think right now the epidemic is not over yet. Measures like this can make employees like us who work at this innovation park feel safe.
Rokid is not the only Chinese tech startup involved in the fight against COVID-19. Thermal imaging systems made by face recognition giant SenseTime have been installed in railway stations across China. Tech tips on how to get the latest information and guidance from the World Health Organization regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's how to add the WHO chat box to your WhatsApp. Step 1. Create a new contact with this phone number: +41 79 893 1892. Step 2. Send hi to the added contact on WhatsApp. Step 3. Follow the automatic guideline from the reply to your message with either a number or an emoji. The chatbot service is the official business account of the WHO and will provide all one needs to know about the coronavirus.
Next is my chat with Ugochi Nwokeji, CEO, DBT Clean. Stay with us. Ugochi, glad to have you on the show today.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you, CFA.
So tell me, what is your take on the level or the numbers of girls and women in technology today?
Very poor, actually, if you ask me. Technology as well as business in general, very poor.
Okay, so I mean, as a woman in technology, why do you think that is the case?
The environment. Our environment does not encourage women. And I do not blame the environment. It's something that has been passed on from ages. Women are believed to be the weaker sex. And you do not blame them because women are technology themselves. The way the woman's body is created, we are technology itself. There's so much happening with the woman. That's why it's difficult to have a woman president, because what would you say when there's an emergency and this woman is in labor? It becomes difficult. So they call them the weaker sex because there are some things about the woman that's disadvantages have from taking up some positions, not just in technology, but in business in general.
Okay, so now the world of technology sort of is clamoring for diversity. How do you think we can encourage some of this trend that you have mentioned to now change?
First of all, we need to begin to change our mindset. The guys need to give us some credit and understand that because I'm a woman doesn't mean I can't do these things. There needs to be a reset of our mindset. I went for a program, Founder Institute, recently. There were so many of us who started that program, and 23 people graduated. Guess what? 5 out of 23 are just women. I felt very uncomfortable, really. How can we have 23 people and just 5 women? What's happening? Why is it not 10 women at least, and we have 13 men? 5 women, that's felt very strange to me. Like, where are all the ladies? And a couple of the ladies I know dropped out because it was difficult managing home. Being a wife, being a mother, being a daughter, being a tech person as well. So it's difficult. Some men cannot stand it, especially with the married women. It's quite tough for them. Some men can't stand it when the woman has to come back late, when she has to go for brainstorming meetings instead of making eba and moi moi at home. Instead of thinking of how they can make more babies, you're looking for how to go for this or that. So we need to change this mindset. And the women need to get up and own up to their responsibilities as women as well.
Why did you decide to leverage technology to grow your business?
If I don't use technology, I don't know what I'm doing in business, except I don't want to grow. My mom did business for so long, and it was that small because she probably, or we never thought about technology. This is where we are today. You can't do anything without technology. Mind you, technology is not the business. The business exists. We only use technology to make it easier and scalable. So yes, if I have to grow, I've tested the business is viable. How do we grow? How do we scale? Without technology, you're not moving. And I think this is part of the problem we have in the society. People build a big name into technology and scare people away. Technology is just a means to solve an existing problem. The problem is not technology. The problem exists. So you just use technology to solve it. There is no other way around it.
But interesting hearing you speak. But do you think that role models like you, women, ladies like you that have, sort of embraced technology to run their business, do you think you are doing enough to encourage more women to also, or more girls, let's catch them early, to follow your footsteps?
See, I think if I have to be honest, I think I'm not doing enough. Like I said, I've been cooked up in my space that I didn't know that it was not the norm. Because I grew up knowing that my mom is a businesswoman. My sisters are all into business, and we are all crazy enough to think that we can do anything we want. So back then, I'm just thinking every woman can do anything they feel like, except they don't want to. So looking up from my desk, I'm looking at the world and saying, okay, this is not what is happening. This is just my belief. I need to do more. I need to speak out more. I need to organize seminars, talk to people, make them believe that this is not as scary as you think it is. So I'm not doing much, and I intend to do more about it.
Okay, so looking at in the post-COVID world, what do you think would happen for women who do not leverage technology to grow their enterprises?
Before COVID, outside COVID, you can't do without technology. That's just as simple as ABC, no matter how small it is. You can't do without technology. Even businesses that believe they can't do without technology, they have what they call social media handles, right? They have some social media presence, and that's technology. So you can't say, there has to be technology. There is no way around it. This is where we are today. This is our world today. Our world is technology. There's nothing. So you just have to wake up. There's nothing like, if you're selling moi moi, you go to Instagram and sell your moi moi. If not, you're waiting for family and friends to patronize you. You're going to die natural death. So everybody has to wake up to it. COVID-19 has woken us up to say that, yes, with technology, we can do anything. Even sitting at home, we can still, break even, make profits. You don't have to have the brick and mortar to make it. Just have your laptop and you're good to go.
Okay, but let's be a bit practical for a lot of people or women who have not embraced technology. How did you get into the space, and what are the practical steps advice that you can give?
First of all, you have to want it. So you have to want it first of all. There is the need to want to do this thing. Talk to people about it. Meet people who are already doing this. You really need to want it first of all. That's the first thing. And once you want it, you begin to see people that would help you. You begin to get to places that you would be helped. I didn't know I could get that type of help until I started asking people questions. I want to do this thing, but I don't know how to. Okay, why not do A, do B? Today you do one, tomorrow you do another. Then you find out that you're growing.
Final word to girls who may be watching this show on why and how they can embrace technology for their future.
So my first one is, don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared about technology. The business is the business. The problem is the problem. You can even do, how can you get pots that will cook faster if you want to be the homely type? How can you get a gas cooker that you don't need fuel if you want to be homely? You can think about all this, and then you go to the internet. The life is so easy right now. Go to the internet, ask questions. Well, I could be reached out to if you want some moral support to know that you can achieve anything you think you want to achieve. Just believe in technology is basically, how do I make this thing easier and faster? How can I make this thing reachable? How can I make it quickly? So think of technology this way. It's not difficult. It's not as scary as everyone is making it look like. There are some codes that you have to build, which I understand. If you can't do it, get people that can help you to do it. But you can achieve it if you want to. If you need to reach out to, there's a movement, women in technology in Africa. There are women in business. There are places you can join. There are people who are building it. Join the train, join the people, and make it work.
And are you learning how to code now?
I have Damola in the office coding for me right now.
Thank you, Ugochi, for being on the show today. Wish you all the best as you build. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
I've been chatting with Ugochi Nwokeji, founder DBT Clean. She's clearly shown that women can actually leverage technology to solve problems. Technology should be regarded as an enabler, and you don't have to be a nerd or a developer to be a player in the industry. The tech industry certainly needs improved diversity, so let's keep encouraging more women to take up careers in technology, or better still, become startup founders. It's a wrap on this edition of the show, but the conversation continues online. Join us on social media. Remember, you can watch the entire show on Channels TV, YouTube, or cfablog.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.